You don't need to stop using heat, you just need to use it the right way, and that's why today I'm revealing exactly how to use heat without destroying your hair. Hi my loves, welcome back, and if you are new here, welcome. Here in this channel we talk about relaxed hair growth tips, protective styling, and anything hair related. So if you know you're interested in this type of content, please consider subscribing to join the family. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to prevent heat damage. So without further ado, let's just get started. So one thing I want you guys to know is that using heat is not the problem, but misuse of heat is a problem. So instead of worrying about using heat itself, the focus should be on how you can use heat properly. And that's where the tips I'm going to be sharing in today's video comes in. So the first tip I'm going to be sharing with you guys is deep condition, especially when it comes to moisture deep conditioning. So this is going to be prepping your hair for the heat styling process. Whether you decide to use a blow dryer, flat iron, whatever the source of the heat is, it doesn't matter. You have to make sure that you properly deep condition your hair with both a protein deep conditioner and a moisturizing deep conditioner, but more emphasis on the moisturizing deep conditioner, because using heat can dry your hair and make it prone to damage. So this is what we are trying to avoid by properly deep conditioning. So when you give your hair a proper moisture treatment prior to using heat on your hair, it sort of prepare your hair for the process, and it sort of give your hair an extra edge against the drying effect of the heat styling process. So before you flat iron your hair, before you use a blow dryer, always make sure that you deep condition your hair. Protein deep conditioners are also important because this is going to give your hair extra strength to withstand the heat styling process, making it less prone to breakage. So that's why I said, in as much as moisturizing deep conditioners are necessary, you also have to use a protein deep conditioner prior to your heat styling process. So before you pick up that blow dryer, before you pick up that flat iron, make sure that you have given your hair a good protein and moisture treatment. Moving on, the next step is to always use a heat protectant. Like, never ever skip the use of a heat protectant prior to blow drying or flat ironing your hair. In fact, if you don't have a heat protectant, don't even think of using heat on your hair. Like, this is compulsory, it is not optional. So what heat protectant does is to serve as a barrier between the heat styling tool and your hair strands. So this is going to protect your hair from the heat directly coming in contact with your hair strands. So this is why heat protectants are very important, because if you skip them, it means that you are going to be using the blow dryer, the flat iron directly on your hair strands. Like, the heat is going to be coming directly in contact with your hair strands, which can cause a lot of damage, dryness, breakage, and all of that. And we don't want that, sis. Okay, so always use a heat protectant. And if you know that it will not be possible for you to get a heat protectant immediately, you have to postpone that blow drying or flat ironing section till you get a heat protectant. Yes, that is how important heat protectants are prior to using heat on your hair. So never ever skip the use of a heat protectant. Moving on, the next step is to air dry before blow drying your hair. So yes, I know some people just hop out of the shower and immediately grab a blow dryer, but I would not recommend this, and that is because we need to keep the heat to a minimum as much as we can. So that is why air drying your hair before blow drying is important. If you guys go through my silk press videos on my channel, you will notice that before I grab a blow dryer, I always make sure my hair is a little bit air dry, sometimes 50% air dry, sometimes even as much as 80 or 90% air dry. So if you air dry your hair to an extent prior to grabbing a blow dryer, this means that you are not going to be using the blow dryer as much compared to when you don't do any form of air drying and you just grab the blow dryer like that and attempt to fully dry your hair and get out every single water with the blow dryer. And if you have high density hair like me, you can even go as far as blow drying your hair the next day. That's what I do sometimes, because sometimes when I come out of the shower, it's already late at night or late in the evening, and by the time I'm going to bed, my hair is still significantly damp. So what I do is to move it to the next day. So that's what I did after my last relaxer day. After relaxing my hair, shampooing, deep conditioning, and all of that, I came out of the shower, dried my hair with a microfiber towel, and just let my hair air dry for the rest part of the day. And then the next day I used a blow dryer. Okay, so it is not compulsory for you to use a blow dryer on the same day that you washed your hair, especially if you have high density hair, and you know that at the end of the day your hair may still be significantly damp. So yes guys, basically always air dry your hair to an extent before picking up a blow dryer. Moving on, the next tip is to use quality tools. So whatever blow dryer, flat iron you are using, or any heat tool at all, make sure that it's a quality tool. Make sure that it's true and tested. Make sure that it's not going to be damaging your hair. Okay, so before you buy any hair tool, any blow dryer, any flat iron, look for reviews on that particular product. Watch videos of people that have used the products, the effects on their hair, the results they got, if they got any damage. So make sure that you always get your tools after careful research and going through reviews rather than just picking them up randomly. Moving on, the next thing you want to do is to limit the number of passes while you are using heat on your hair, especially when it comes to flat ironing your hair. The best is to use a single pass, but I would not recommend using more than 2 passes. So you want to limit the number of flat iron passes to 1 or a maximum of 2. And yes, I know that a lot of us attempt to do more than 2 passes or do multiple passes because we believe that the more passes we use, the more silkier or straighter your hair is going to be. But guys, there are better way of achieving this rather than using multiple passes, and the one I'd recommend is by using a chase method. This does not have to be complicated. You can use something as simple as a comb to do your chase method. You can use a hairbrush, you can use a bristle brush, you can use a two-sided brush. When I started using heat on my hair, I was using a small tooth comb to do my chase method, and it was getting the job done, guys. So you don't have to use the flat iron in a particular section 10 times before you achieve that straight or sleeky look. From using a small tooth comb, later on I started using regular brushes, and from that I started using double-sided bristle brushes. So this is what I use now, and that is what I used during my last silk press. And with this brush, guys, even with 1 pass, it's possible for you to get that sleeky look. Like, you'll be amazed at the results you get with this brush with just 1 pass. And guys, I even tried it for blow drying my hair as well, and the results I got was just shocking. Like, I couldn't believe my eyes that I could get those results from simply using a brush while blow drying my hair. So there are healthier ways of getting that sleeky look without using multiple passes. So try as much as possible to reduce the number of heat passes on your hair. Moving on, the next thing you want to do is to limit heat frequency. Like, sis, why are you flat ironing your hair every 2 days, every 3 days, every week? That is just too much heat. Even if you use heat protectants, even if you do the other things I mentioned in this video, I still feel that that is too much, and I'd recommend limiting the use of heat as much as possible. The less you use heat, the better for your hair. It doesn't matter whether you use heat protectant or not, because we have to admit that using heat of such a high temperature is not natural to our hair strands, is not normal to our hair strands. So we are basically trying to force things, but in as much as we are trying to force things, we have to force them in a healthy way, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is where things like deep conditioning your hair, limiting the number of passes, using heat protectant comes in. But it becomes a problem when you are using heat on your hair every single day. The more you do this, the more risk you have of getting heat damage. So limit using heat as much as possible. So spacing it out like every 3 months or 6 months or once a year is fantastic. Personally, I use heat on my hair only when I get a relaxer. And you guys know that I go on long relaxer stretches. Like, my last relaxer stretch was 16 months. So it means that for 16 months I did not use heat on my hair. Okay, so yeah, that's what I mean by limiting the frequency of using heat. So only use heat on your hair when necessary, and make sure that whenever you are using heat, you are following all the other tips I mentioned in this video. Moving on, the next thing you don't want to do is flat iron dirty hair. Like, sis, if you have been doing this, stop this, because this can actually be damaging to your hair. It's bad enough that we are trying to prevent heat damage on healthy hair, but you are just going the extra mile by attempting to flat iron dirty hair. Like, even if you use a heat protectant and do the other things I mentioned in this video, you are still going to risk damage if you flat iron dirty hair. So sis, if you have been doing this, stop it. So before you do a silk press on your hair or grab that flat iron, make sure that your hair is washed, shampooed, clean. So never ever flat iron dirty hair. And by the way guys, if your goal is to get your hair longer and healthier this year and you have not gotten my hair growth ebook, you are totally missing out. Okay, so my hair growth ebook contains product recommendations for you guys. It also contains a 30 days hair growth routine section. So basically what you have to do on each and every day, step by step. I broke it down on day 1, day 2, day 3, up to the 30th day. And the best part about this routine is that it is so simple and so stress-free. Like no matter how busy you are, no matter how complicated you feel your hair is, this routine will literally work for you. Outside those, the ebook also contains hair growth secrets, hair growth staples, solutions to specific hair problems you may have. So if you're experiencing hair breakage, postpartum hair shedding, slow hair growth, itchy scalp, and even heat damage, the ebook also contains specific solutions for those. Okay, so if you haven't gotten yours, make sure to get yours now and make sure to link it down in the description box below. Okay, so yeah guys, that's it for the tips I have for you guys on how to prevent heat damage. So make sure that whenever you're planning to use heat on your hair, like do a silk press, blow dry your hair, or flat iron your hair, you are following the tips I mentioned in this video. And yes guys, I want to know, have you guys ever experienced heat damage, like either currently or in the past? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know your whole experience about it, what caused it, how you got it, and what you eventually did after getting the heat damage. Okay, so please share your experience with us down in the comment section down below. Okay, so yeah guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here and you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing to join the family, and don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so yeah guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.